Well, hey, friends, good day to you. Hey, I know that you've met this guy before. I've had him on camera. I don't know if we've ever given him a name or not. Little horse here, and he reminds me of some toys I had when I was a little guy. And I think I had some bigger ones where you press these things, and he does strange things. Depends on how you press it, depends which way he falls and like that. Maybe we'll call him Wobbly. Wobbly the horse. Yeah, a little wobbly. You press this and he falls down, and you do this and he goes this way and that way. He has a wobbly knees, little wobbly there. They just go all over the place. Well, it doesn't, when you do this, it's like he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Well, speaking of having a leg to stand on, did you ever hear someone say that? To not have a leg to stand on? What's it mean? Well, to not have a leg to stand on means to not really have any evidence or support or a justification for something that you might be arguing about or something that you might be doing. It might be referenced in terms of somebody who's in trouble with the law and they're trying to say that they were not guilty or whatever, and there's no support for them, no support for their argument. We could say this, you may think you're right, but you don't have a leg to stand on. I've heard someone say that. Or I could say, my lawyer said I didn't have a leg to stand on, so I shouldn't sue the company. So if someone does not have a leg to stand on, they are in a weak position because they can't prove a claim or a statement that they may have made. Where did that phrase come from? Well, it's not exactly sure, but there is a note from a satirist named Thomas Nash who wrote in 1594 that it's sort of a English kind of phrase here. Fain he would have packed out a felt tail, but God knows it had not one true leg to stand on. So whatever he was saying was not the truth and couldn't be backed up. Perhaps you've met someone who has tried to tell you a lie or deceive you. Did you ever meet someone who told you a lie or tried to deceive you, and because it was a lie, they didn't have a leg to stand on? It was a story of untruth. It reminds me of some stories in the Bible about deception. Yeah, about things that were false. In the book of Genesis, one of the great heroes of faith, Abraham, actually lied about his wife, Sarah, actually twice when they were traveling in other countries because he was afraid that his wife was so beautiful that it would cause trouble with the king or the people he was visiting. And so he told people that Sarah was his sister. Yeah, so he deceived those they were visiting, and he paid for it later. There's another story in the Old Testament about deception. Jacob and Esau, two brothers, where Esau was the one who was to receive the father's blessing from Isaac. And Jacob, who was Esau's twin, tricked Esau, or actually tricked Isaac into blessing him before he blessed Esau. And that turned out to not end so well for those two men. Their relationship was broken because of that untruth, because of falsehood. There's some stories in the New Testament about not having a leg to stand on, about untruth. The trial of Jesus Christ. There were false witnesses that were brought in to testify against Jesus. They told lies, and those lies wouldn't have held up in a court of law. So we know that truth is important, right? The opposite of truth is falsehood or lies. In Exodus 20, one of the 10 Commandments says, "Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. Do not lie." Proverbs 19:19 says, "A dishonest witness will be punished, and those who pour out lies will die." Wow. Yeah. So when people are dishonest and they try to tell you something, they don't have a leg to stand on, especially if it's not true. Their story will fall apart sooner or later. It's not fun getting caught in a lie. Be sure the truth will find you out, is something that you may have heard, all right? And it usually does. So Ephesians 4:25 reminds us, each of you must get rid of lying. Speak the truth to your neighbor, for we are all parts of one body. Now, why does it say we're part of one body after it says get rid of lying? Well, because if we are part of a body, we want to be good to each part of our body and not bear false witness against it. See here, little wobbly, his knees, Okay, so if he tells a lie, down he goes. But if he doesn't tell a lie, he stands up straight. Well, that's what we want to do. We want to stand up straight. Practice being people of integrity and people of truth. So when you hear someone say they didn't have a leg to stand on, they're referring to somebody who was telling a lie or who couldn't back up their story with truth. And we want to make sure that everything we say and do is based on truth. God is truth. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So we base our things on the presence and the power of God. So today, be a person of integrity. I hope you have a great day, a day filled with joy, and a day filled with peace. And no wobbly knees for Wobbly the horse here. Get a leg to stand on. All right, you all have a great day.